Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to Earl Sports Bets. And tonight we have UFC Vegas 16, Hermansson versus Vettori. Should be a fun little card here. Definitely better than the names we had last week, but next week's going to be the big card. But overall, I do see some spots that should be fun to attack. We have a nice little main event with Hermansson and Vettori. That's going to be very fun to watch. So let's get right into the video here. We're going to start with the what people think the main event of the evening is. Gian Villante takes on Jake Collier. Minus 184 for Villante, plus 159 for Collier. I remember earlier in the week, Villante was up in the minus 200s. But after the weigh-ins yesterday, Villante came in. I think he weighed 243 or something like that. Looked okay. Collier looked better than we expected him to look, but still not great. This is going to be a sloppy heavyweight fight that, I don't know. I think if Collier survives the first round, then he's looking a little bit better for it. I think this is a dog or pass, really. I think it should be lined up more of a 50-50 type of fight. That being said, I think Jake Collier, if I had to pick a side, would be the side. I think he can win a decision here, but I'm liking the over 1.5 as a bet from this fight. I know it's minus 170, but I think there's two middling heavyweights. It's going to be just a sloppy fight, just like Parisian and Porter last week. It's kind of the way I see it. And for the side, it's just dog or pass for me. Because I just think the line's a little too wide there. There's no way I can lay minus 184 against Villante, who, yeah, it's just not a fighter you can really trust on that type of chalk. Next, we get Damon Jackson taking on Ilia Tapuria, minus 255, run back of plus 215. Just got my notes there. Tapuria has great grappling. We have two fighters here that love to finish fights, that finish most of their fights. Tapuria comes in undefeated. And last time he won a decision against Youssef Zalal. And honestly, he didn't look bad going all the way to decision there, which definitely proved a lot. I don't think this is going to decision. Jackson has the size advantage in this fight, but I'm going Ilia Tapuria by decision, or by submission, my bad. I think he can get the fight to the ground and get a submission there. I'm going to go the under 2.5 as well. But I'm going to probably look to lay the chalk here with Ilia Tapuria. And the under is a nice little look for this one too. These are two fighters that definitely finish fights pretty well. But overall, Ilia Tapuria is my pick at minus 225. Last night I had him written in this minus 250, so he's actually gone up in price. But I definitely do like Tapuria here by submission. Next, we have Cody Durden taking on Jimmy the Brick Flick. And this should be a fun fight. It looks like a little bit of money coming in on Cody Durden, which is the side I like. Honestly, I think Flick is a one-trick pony. He'll go and just launch submission after submission attempt after submission attempt after submission attempt. And I don't think that's going to work here. I think Cody Durden can keep this fight on the feet. His boxing is so much better than Jimmy Flick's. And I just think the style here for Cody Durden, if he can keep the fight on the feet, is going to go in his way. Flick's a little chinny to me. And Durden is coming down from 135 to 125. So he'll be the bigger guy too. So I think that'll help him keep the fight on the feet, which could create a nice little bet here for Cody Durden. And I might look to also sprinkle a little bit of Cody Durden by TKO, because Flick, I think, is a little chinny as well. But overall, I'm taking Cody Durden to win this fight against Jimmy Flick. Next, we have Jordan Leavitt taking on Matt Wiman. And this is gonna be a interesting fight. Wiman, he's never been submitted in his career, and Jordan Leavitt, it's either a decision or a submission for him. He hasn't knocked anyone out. So I think this fight's going to be a decision, and when it comes to betting a fight like this, I'm not laying minus 430 to see the judges' scorecards here. For me, I'm looking to either lay the over 2.5 rounds, or looking for fight goes to decision, which I don't remember I had it written down last night. It was plus 130. It's probably moved more towards plus 120, plus 110. But I think this fight goes to decision. And potentially Wiman, if he's going to win in this fight, it's going to be a submission here. Leavitt, out of all the up-and-comers that Wiman has fight, I think is the worst out of the ones he's fought. But my bet here is the over 2.5 or fight goes to decision. If I had to pick a side, I'm probably going to go dog or pass. I'm not laying minus 430 on Jordan Leavitt here. Next, we have Jose Alberto Quinonez taking on Louis Smolka. Minus 120 for Louis Smolka, plus 100 for Jose Alberto Quinonez. This was a fight scheduled 2 weeks ago, I want to say, for it was the Dos Anjos card, and that this fight was scrapped. Smolka had a bad weight cut and was sick. But now they've rescheduled it, and honestly, I like Smolka. I think overall Smolka is the better fighter. He likes to target the body, and then once they start defending the body, he'll go to the head. And I think he's just a more technical fighter than Smolka or than Quinonez. I'm taking Smolka here, and if you want to get a little bit of extra juice on or a little bit of extra money onto this bet, take Smolka inside the distance. I think he can go, and if it's a submission or if it's a knockout, I looked last night, it was 6-1. So that's an interesting prop bet, but I would have to, if I would look to bet a specific one, it'd be Smolka by decision or by submission. The under 2.5 is very appealing to me here at plus 110, but Louis Smolka is my pick. He just looked good weighing in last night as well. After being sick for a while and having a tough weight cut, he weighed in at 134.5, not 135, not 136. He came in a half weight under championship weight, which was great. And his line is actually moving. I'm getting better value on him now. It just moved. Nice. But this is definitely a spot I would want to target here with Luis Smolka over Jose Alberto Quinonez. Next, we get a fun fight here. Nate the Train Landwehr versus Movsar Evloev. Minus 600 for Evloev, plus 425 for Landwehr. And wow, this line is ridiculously out of proportion. I think Evloev probably is more of a minus 300, 325. I still think Evloev wins this fight. I think he can drag Landwehr into deeper waters. Landwehr has a slight size advantage, but not too much. Expect some takedowns from Evloev. He's a smothering grappler. That should be a not a great matchup for Landwehr, who is more of an action fighter. But there's no way in hell I'm betting Evloev at minus 600, but I will be looking to take Evloev by decision is my bet here. But it could be a dicey decision. So I'm not trying to lay minus 600 to find out for that fight. So it's really Evloev by decision, dog or pass. Really, those are the three options for me tonight for that fight. All right, moving on to the second half of the card here, we have Allan taking on Roman Dolidze. Minus 205 for Dolidze, plus 175 for Allan. Dolidze's cardio, looking at it, is okay. The thing I'm really looking out for here is Allan is coming back. He was suspended for PED use, and he looked awful on the scale. Um, just definitely looks like not having the PEDs really does hurt him. And there's no way I'm betting on Allan here. It's Roman Dolidze as a parlay piece for me. He's the stronger fighter. He's a brown belt jiu-jitsu. He's better boxing. The only concern is he does have lower volume, but I think he'll be able to take care of John Allan inside the distance. Um, this is a nice parlay piece. I've seen a lot of people do a Georgian parlay piece with Tapuria and Dolidze. I don't hate that. Um, Dolidze is definitely someone I'm probably going to look to bet. I'll probably lay the minus 205 on there. I usually don't like laying chalk that much, but I probably will on a couple of these fights tonight because I feel so confident in some of these picks. Like Tapuria, like Dolidze, I'll look to lay the chalk. Definitely not Leavitt and Evloev though, but Roman Dolidze I think wins inside the distance here, and it should be a fun fight. Next is our only female fight on the card. We get Montana De La Rosa taking on Taila Santos, minus 220 for Santos, plus 185 for De La Rosa. And Santos definitely looked a lot better last fight against Meatball Molly after losing to Mara Romelo Barella. Uh, Santos last time looked like a fighter with a 16-1 record. I think she's the better overall fighter coming into this fight. Uh, I don't think I want to lay a minus 220 on her. I'll probably look to lay the over 2.5 or fight goes to decision before I'll lay Taila Santos minus 220. Uh, I I think this could be a interesting fight. De La Rosa has a nice wrestling background, but for me, I think when it comes to betting a side, it's dog or pass. Even though I think Taila Santos wins this fight, but I'm not laying minus 220. I'll probably just lay the minus a bigger number, probably the minus 245 for it to go over the 2.5. Or I think decision's probably a minus 220 as well. So I'll probably lay that. So that's the over 2.5 for that one. But for the side, it's really a pass for me in this one. Next, we have Justin Jaynes taking on Gabriel Benitez, minus 212 for Benitez, plus 182 for Jaynes. And Jaynes is one of those type of fighters that I like to try to bet against. He's, I think, a one round or bust type fighter. And I think he's gonna definitely have some motivation tonight, emotional motivation. His terminal father is gonna be in the corner tonight, even though against all protocols for him or against all recommendations, he's still gonna have him in his corner. That being said, I don't like Jaynes for this fight. I definitely like Benitez. Benitez is one of those gatekeepers that if you beat him, you deserve to be in the UFC. If you don't, you don't. A lot of his wins are against fighters who are no longer in the UFC. And Justin Jaynes, I'm not really one to bet against one round and done fighters. I do think someone's going to sleep in this fight, or definitely someone's getting finished. I'm looking at the under 2.5 at minus 145. And I'm looking at Gabriel Benitez inside the distance. I think it was plus 125 when I looked last night. Could be a little bit different. But yeah, definitely someone's getting finished in this fight. I think the only way to a win for Jaynes is a first round knockout, but I'm looking to bet Gabriel Benitez in this fight. Next is probably one of my most confident plays of the night. Looking at today, OSB came in and looked awful. He missed weight and he didn't even try to cut it. I think he was at 207. Didn't even try to cut the last pound. Just looked very bad for him. Jamahal Hill came in, weighed in, made weight. Great, looked great. When he made weight, he yelled like a professional, kind of throwing a little FU at OSP for missing weight. And actually, OSP missing weight definitely made Hill some money too. It's about $30,000. So I think OSP was supposed to make around 90 grand for this fight, and against a fighter who I think was making 12 grand. So Jamahal Hill is definitely the pick for this. I think he's going to come out. He's going to be angry. OSP missed weight. He's not going to like that. He's going to come out, and I think he's going to get a first round knockout. That or a knockout of some sort here. I think he's the better boxer. He's is just a bad matchup for OSP. 37 years old. I think he's going to piece him up on the feet, and OSP needs some takedowns, and I think maybe he'll get one, but I wouldn't rely on it. I think the only way OSP wins this fight is getting it to the ground and trying to get a submission. But overall, Jamahal Hill is the play for this 100%. As you can see, I had the line at minus 180 last night. It's moving in Jamahal Hill's favor. And I'll probably lay 2 to 3 units on him tonight. I'm supremely confident that he will get the job done against OSP here. And now it is time for the main event of the evening. Jack Hermansson taking on Marvin Vettori, and it looks like a little bit of money here on Hermansson. I had Hermansson at plus 118 last night. It's now plus 107. It is going to be a fun fight. We get a wrestler and grappler, and Jack Hermansson taking on a better striker in Vettori. The one real question about this fight is what is Vettori going to look like if it makes the 4th and 5th round? Hermansson's gone 5 rounds before. Vettori has not. I'm going to take Hermansson in this fight just because I like the experience in these last 5 rounds for him. I think he can get the fight to the ground and try to get some a submission attempt here. So I'm taking Jack Hermansson in the main event of the evening tonight for this card. For picking sides of who I think we're gonna go over here, and we're going to ignore the over-unders. We're going to go picking our sides here. Jay Collier, Ilia Tapuria, Durden. I want to take Wiman. I'm not going to bet it, but if I would have to pick a side here, I think Wiman could grease out a decision. Evloev wins that fight. Santos and Benitez. So it's Collier, Tapuria, Durden, Wiman, Smolka, Evloev, Dolidze, Santos, Benitez, Hill, and Hermansson. Those are my picks for tonight. Let me know in the comment section below what your guys' thoughts on my picks. Do you think I'm wrong in some places, right in others? Let me know in the comment section down below. And down below also, there's that button that says subscribe. Feel free to click that if you find any of this information helpful, or if any of the information on this channel has helped you before. Also, hit that like button, turn on post notifications so you know whenever we come out with videos. It's gonna be a busy time coming up. We have UFC. I'm gonna be doing those Fridays, or Fridays or Saturdays before the cards. Then we also have college basketball, college football, NFL. NBA is coming back, WNBA is coming back, NHL is coming back in January. We're also going to have baseball when it's here. There's a lot to expect from this channel, so feel free to hit that subscribe button and those post notifications so you know whenever we come out with a video here at Earl Sports Bets. But that is going to do it for this video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.